Comic Cats, ho ho ho! Last new comic day before Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, guys.
Guess what? We got new comics.
Yeah, imagine that.
What's up first?
Well, we got Middle West #2. I really enjoyed the first issue, but there was one thing I didn't like about the first issue. If you'll hear me out for a brief moment. Okay, so there's one part where the kids run in to catch a train to get away from this big demon. That was his dad or something. But I swear, they don't even show the train. Like, they just show him get on a train. But I'm thinking, you got this great artwork. Wouldn't you want to show a train? Didn't you play Red Dead Redemption lately? Trains are cool as shit. And plus, these type of stories, like The Talisman, The Dark Tower, I'm only thinking of Stephen King ones, but trains are important parts of the story, so show it off. It's a splash page, man. Anyway, rant over. Got the new Black Badge. I haven't read the last issue. I've read the first 3 so far, but I think that might be my favorite comic coming out right now. That's a cool cover.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that's the regular cover either. I just bought that one because I liked it more.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's cool.
Bright whites.
Bow and arrows and shit. Alright, I'm back, baby. I'm back on Darth Vader. Now I only have to get about... I think I missed 20 issues from this run. I got the first 6. And then, as we said in a previous video, Poe Dameron killed me. Killed me out of Star Wars comics. Well, there's a few that are killing me, man. Because they always set it in a timeline where you know that nothing's going to happen. You know the character's still alive. Because there's a movie. Or like,
Did you know that Darth Vader could swim through lava like that?
Well, that's the thing, man. Even if you know what's going to happen to Darth Vader, it's Darth Vader. You want to see everything to do with Darth Vader. But that is a sick-ass cover, if you ask me. Oh, let's talk about the new Stan Lee. Now that Stan Lee's... Well, R.I.P. Stan Lee. But Todd McFarlane, man. He's the new Stan Lee.
Definitely a voice of comics.
He's hilarious. If you haven't watched an interview with Todd McFarlane, watch it. He has a Muppet voice, and I'm not trying to say that as a diss. I'm trying to say that
It's the ultimate compliment.
Yeah, he has a cool voice. He happens to sound like a Muppet. What does he say? Like, give him a line.
Well, it's always like, well, his job is to make it sexy. some kind of
Why
Muppet.
wouldn't they do that? Yeah. I don't know. I don't do it as good. Well, it's hard to do.
You gotta be born with a voice like that, I think.
Yeah, but shout out to Todd McFarlane. It's coming up on Spawn 300. And he said something that he said once it hits 300, it'll be the longest running independent comic book. But I was like, wasn't there a Cerebus? Like,
yeah.
Dave Sims? Like, is that still going? Or did they?
Oh, I think they crossed 300, though.
Yeah.
Oh, the warning. What did you think of issue 1?
Haven't got around to it yet. And I was like, well, what if you like it?
Yeah. Well, in issue 2.
I definitely like the cover for issue 1 better. But I'll give these couple a read, and then I'll decide if I really want to keep up with it. Because giant robot type stuff isn't well, I mean, I got a lot of Transformers, but that's more like nostalgia. I don't actually really... I mean, I liked the Transformers when I was a kid, and I like the idea of Transformers, but, I mean, you know. Now, check that cover out. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I like these DC covers lately.
Yeah, I know. I like the DC variants have a much higher, hit rate. Whereas the Marvel ones seem like more of just a cash in. Where they're like, okay, they put out a Marvel variant this week that had Fantastic Four on, like a villain from the Fantastic Four on a Punisher comic. Who the fuck? If you read Punisher and now it's like the only comic you read from Marvel, you're probably not fucking reading Fantastic Four, the Transfastic Four. No, you're probably not reading Fantastic Four. So don't mess with the variants like that. That's the type of shit that makes people sick of variants. And if you're gonna do a variant, well, here's what they should do. The reprint should be the variant and do more reprints. But if you're gonna put out a variant,
Make it nice.
Yeah, make it nice and not some silly action figure variants of dumb shit. Do it like this one.
Oh, Christmas cover. Shit.
Ho, ho, ho. I bet you Santa has a stain in his pants right now. No, maybe 2, maybe 3. But that's cool.
She's robbing Santa there, eh?
Oh, yeah. What else? She's a Catwoman, man. She's robbing everybody.
That's a nice one.
All right. We're getting into the Stan Lee RIP covers. That board is bent. Have to flatten that shit out. Anyway, Punisher. I was buying Punisher like a regular ass guy. And then guess what happened? Steve Dillon. He died. And then I said, I bought one more issue because he did half the art on the one. I guess he was halfway through drawing it when he died. R.I.P. Steve Dillon. But then, I don't know. I just gave up. But now I'm seeing these covers. And I don't know about you, but I think they're making the Punisher look like Dolph Lundgren on these covers. The original movie Punisher. And while that movie sucked, I say bring back Dolph Lundgren as the Punisher, man. Bring him back. Set it in the 80s. Make him a Vietnam vet. None of this bullshit. He's a cop. He's a Iraq vet. None of that. Shoutouts to the Iraq vets, but he is from Vietnam. That's his story. And set it in the 80s. Marvel, you got nothing going on. You can't keep... You already showed the galaxy, the cosmos, everything. Go back phase 2, relaunch Punisher. Relaunch Daredevil. Or phase 50, whatever you're on. Relaunch the street level characters, but make it a prequel in the 80s. These guys came out first. These superheroes, these were the vigilantes. The superheroes came later. Do it, please. I'm tired of Netflix. Watch friggin' 15 hours to see like 2 things. Yeah, Netflix, man, stop it with that. I'm glad they canceled that shit. All right, one more.
That's just an earlier one from that
yeah,
series.
I couldn't get 2 in one.
So you got 3, 4, and 5 there. I thought those were variants. Okay.
No, I bought the new one because that Hydra cover was so sick. And I've always been looking at these, all kind of on the fence. And then I said, give it a chance. You can probably still find them. All right, so these ones are actually from last week. Bitterroot. I kind of wanted to get the first issue because there's a Magnolia cover. But I think it was like one of those variants where it's like extortion, man. They're extorting the comic book stores. The stores, you know, they pass the buck on to the reader. They, you know, but that's not their fault. But I don't know about how I feel about that. But anyway, it's a Sinkfish. I didn't really want to get it because I didn't get issue 1. But then I said, "Yo, it's a Sinkfish, man. What are you gonna do?
You gonna get it now, or are you gonna get it 10 years from now?
Yeah, you're gonna get it 10 years from now for extra money." And then this one's from last week too. I don't have all of these best defenses, but I have the Hulk. Do I have another one, or just the Hulk?
Just the Hulk.
Yeah, there's a Doctor Strange one, and then there's the team up. Oh, this next one, we were giving you a little bit of a heads up on it. We were talking about these annuals that year that Magnolia did all the covers of the annuals, and I was talking about how there was one with Superman ripping the American flag in half. I had to get it.
No, we need it.
I know. And it's like, I like anything where the character is doing something that he wouldn't do in normal life. Like, Superman, I don't think he would rip American flag in half, but he's doing it. That's what I like. All right, and this next one is a bit of a weird one. I love Shaolin Cowboy. I love Jeff Darrow. But the reason I buy Shaolin Cowboy isn't for the writing necessarily. It's for the art.
Is there any writing in Shaolin
I mean,
Cowboy?
there's some writing, but like Shaolin Cowboy doesn't say much at all. I think he says like one thing sometimes, like some kind of like namaste type shit. But then this, I don't know if you could tell, it's a book. Flip through it. There's art in it, like a lot of art, but it's a book. And I thought, that's a weird character to make a book out of. I mean, he doesn't talk. The friggin' goat or the donkey talks. He doesn't talk. But anyway, I figured, I got every other damn Shaolin Cowboy thing, except for some of the, you gotta get them all. But that's the last thing, the last weirdo thing I got.
It's the Christmas haul.
Yeah.
May as well get them all.
And Boxing Day is on
New Comics
New Comics Day.
On Boxing Day?
Does that mean there's going to be deals on back issues, deals on wall issues? I don't know, but it's a possibility.
Good luck to you out there.
Yeah, and hopefully your mom gives you some Christmas cash and you can go spend it on a bunch of comics. And Merry Christmas to all y'alls and a Happy New Year.
We'll see you before then.
Yeah, we'll see you.